Thanks for joining us, Lee. Ahead of the weekend's games, 4 points from your last two games, a clean sheet and goals as well. But it's been a free week this week. How's the preparations going?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been nice to have that free week. Of obviously the game coming next Tuesday. Be able to do the recovery properly with the players and put some extra work through the lads who are trying to make their way back to the squad. So yeah, really positive week on that front.
I know as a manager and as coaches you want to be the perfect sort of scenario of points and performances together, but you sit 7th now in the table in the vital running and you're right in the mix. Is it a matter of points over performances? How do you view it?
Tell you at the end. I think ultimately it's about picking up points, isn't it? Now we've played well in recent games, but there's going to come times where we're going to have to dig in, like Gillingham. There's going to be there will be occasions when we're going to have to do that and pick up some points. But we're obviously trying to aim to play in a certain way. But I think ultimately it's about points because, like I say, we're in a healthy position with some tough games coming up. So throughout that period, you think we're going to have to dig in at times to collect some points.
I think it's about 7 years since you last played at Chesterfield. I'm going to turn the clock back and test the memory box, because I think something around. I had to keep looking. I kept thinking, is this right? 2010, 4-1 up. On the score sheet that day, certainly Bell.
Yeah. I think I give a penalty away as well. Crazy game, crazy afternoon. I can remember. You don't really remember many games because it was 5-5. You remember that, and we were excellent first half. I think it was like 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-3 or something like that. And then, I was probably at fault for a couple of goals, if I'm honest, on that afternoon. You don't get many 5-0s, do you?
No, you don't. You wouldn't mind 5 goals coming this weekend, but one will do if it can get you the 3 points, of course. But that opening game of the season has long gone by, but it's a situation now where you've got the opportunity to show that wasn't true.
Yeah, and you look back on that result, and it was a learning for all of us in terms of what we had to do and what we needed to look like, things off the football. So in a way, it was a good thing. We didn't really need waking up, but it was a it woke us all up a little bit in a learning. Look, it's easy in it to say that happened in the first game, and you go into the next game. That's the reason. They've got a slightly different team. We've got a slightly different team, and we sit in slightly different positions in the league. But they're right in the mix because they will put a run together. They've got too many good players, good manager, not to put a run together. So it's not anything I'll be looking towards in moving into Saturday. Really, it was just we've learnt from it and we adapted from that situation, which was a real positive thing.
You mentioned just briefly there a moment or two ago that you've got a game coming up on Tuesday as well. It's a 6-game month as you go into March, but all to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always say players prefer games than training, so bring them on. We're looking forward to them. Like I say, we're playing some of the teams in and around us and above us, and they are also playing teams against each other that are in and around it. So it's going to be an interesting month, and like I say, until about 3 games go to the end of the season, I'm not sure anyone's going to know exactly what's going on.
It's exciting for the football club following on from last season.
Yeah, definitely a real positive that we've been able to be in this position again following on from last year. A lot of players left, hard sometimes after a playoff final loss to galvanise and get going again, but it took us a couple of games and we're something like, and we're pleased with the position we sit in.
Are your injuries clearing up?
Yeah, we're on about light at the end of the tunnel. It's certainly brighter. Being Thursday today, we'll know more tomorrow exactly who can be involved and who can't be involved. Again, a 3-game week coming up, so we have to make decisions and how we best get minutes into players. But an headache that we welcome in the manager's office in terms of picking a squad. Yeah,
how does it work for you? Because on too many occasions this season, you've just had the bare bones. But then all of a sudden, when you've got quite a few players available for selection, a few coming back from suspension, does it make it easier for you or does it make it harder?
No, it makes it harder, which is good. Players might miss out on the starting lineup, players might miss out on the squad. They have to understand the decisions we make and they have to be ultra professional about it. because ultimately it's just down to a decision. I don't think anyone's particularly playing poorly if we make any changes, and everyone will get their opportunity, and I keep saying that throughout the season. You know, Billow's come in and done extremely well, hasn't he? We've got a decision to make with Ryan coming back for Saturday. So everyone's going to play their part between now and the end of the season. It's about them being professional with the decisions that we make through between now and the end of the season. Touch wood, we keep majority fit and they're ready to take their opportunities.
And you would have been in the classroom, you would have watched the videos of your next opponents. What have you found? What are they, Chesterfield?
Good team, one of the highest possessions in the league. We saw they're a good team. They like to create and score goals. You know, you watch them against Donny. Thought they played ever so well. And what they were was they were ruthless in terms of they've got good quality higher up the pitch. Excellent manager, good staff. So it's going to be a real test going away to Chesterfield. You'd expect that.
I think I've been saying every time you've been going away, you know what the players can expect. A good following again. They're closing in towards the 1,000 mark.
Yeah, I believe so. Something around 1,600 I think is available or something like that. So, you know, our away following, like I say, we haven't been Chesterfield for a few years. So hopefully we can get a good crowd and we can give them something to be excited about.